Hello.
Yeah. Hello, guys. What about now?
Yes, now
Yes.
it's okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let's start. I hope everybody is able to hear me and everybody able to see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay, great. So sorry for the delay. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. So let me introduce myself again. So, guys, this is Amar. So I'm the trainer here, guys. I do have around 10 plus years of experience, and into DevOps, I do have around 5 years of experience, guys. So this is overall about myself. Okay. So guys, today's agenda is I'm going to explain about DevOps. What is DevOps? So why nowadays everybody is talking about DevOps, guys? Any idea, guys? Any idea why nowadays everybody is talking about DevOps? What is the reason? So what is DevOps first of all? Can you please respond? Maybe anybody who has some knowledge, maybe who has some idea about DevOps. Why you are here, first of all? Any idea? Anybody? Can you please respond? Yes, yes, good. What do you know about DevOps? Why you are here, first of all? Yes, Bhuvan, you want to say something?
Yes, yeah. This is Bhuvan.
Yes,
Actually,
Bhuvan.
the DevOps. When I came to know about DevOps, like normally here, like they will be using some automation kind of tools.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so normally, I heard some tools like Ansible or some other
Uh-huh.
tools they have been using. So normally, it's for the mainly for the automation purpose. Normally, that infrastructure team will be there, right? So those
Yes.
things can be automated. So with this, like we can reduce the manpower and we can use the these tools which are provided by in the DevOps.
Yes, great, Bhuvan. Yes, you are right. So, what do you? So maybe are you working currently?
No, no, I'm not working, but I just want to enhance my knowledge on this part. So that is the reason
Okay.
I'm looking for this DevOps.
Okay, great. So, what is your qualification?
I'm a MCA graduate.
Okay, so you don't have any experience.
No, no, yeah, I have experience. I don't have experience in DevOps.
Okay, great. Yeah. So, guys, maybe in today's class, I'm going to explain. what is DevOps, what are the prerequisites of DevOps, and who can like who are eligible for this course, this DevOps. Okay, so let me start from my end, guys. I hope everybody is able to see my screen. So today I'll give you some scenarios, guys. So for better understanding, so what is DevOps and all, you will come to know immediately. So by seeing, by maybe going through these scenarios. Yeah, someone. So what is Prakash? Yes, Prakash, tell me. Okay, I'm not sure. What about others? Are you able to hear me properly?
Yes, yes, we can able to hear you properly.
Okay, maybe Prakash, can you please just rejoin, please. Yeah. So guys, let me give you some scenarios. So let's take a commonly used application in real time, maybe in a personal lives. So WhatsApp. So what is WhatsApp, guys? Guys, what is WhatsApp? Bhuvan, can you tell me what is WhatsApp?
It's a kind of messenger. If you want to communicate, we can
Exactly.
send messages.
Yes. So sending messages from one person to another person, chatting purpose, right? That is the basic functionality for WhatsApp. So apart from WhatsApp, guys, apart from the chatting, so we do have audio calling, video calling, again group chatting, group calling. You can upload the photos, you can upload the videos, you can record your voice. See, this many functionalities you do have. How exactly this functionality is working? So guys, before going through DevOps, you have to understand first the real-time infrastructure. What exactly in any organization, what exactly they will do. First of all, you have to understand that. That is the purpose I'm going through. First of the basic architecture. In any project, in any organization, how they will maintain the maybe that what they will do actually. What are the different teams available in your project? Okay, what they will do in their day-to-day life. That is what I'm going to discuss first. Then after, I'll come to the DevOps part. So guys, as we know, assume that this is maybe one mobile, maybe, yeah, let's take one mobile. Okay, this is one more mobile. So I do have WhatsApp and you do have WhatsApp. So when I send a message to you, guys, it's not a direct message to you and me. It's not direct contact between you and me, guys. Somewhere in WhatsApp organization, okay, so there will be set of servers, guys. Somewhere in WhatsApp organization, so set of servers will be up and running. Server is nothing but operating systems, guys. Operating systems. Yes, Shankar. So actually, I'm writing. You are not able to see my screen? I shared my screen. So guys, I hope everybody is able to see my screen, right? Okay, great. Yeah. So in real time, guys, actually WhatsApp is nothing. Generally, so I have taken WhatsApp as an example. So when I do, yeah, when I do like chatting with you, maybe audio calling with you, or maybe group calling or video calling to you, actually it's not a direct contact between you and me, guys. So it will go to that WhatsApp organization somewhere that application is running, guys. Somewhere let's assume that audio calling, somewhere in their WhatsApp organization, some audio calling functionality will be running. For that purpose, they will use some application internally. Okay, so to run application, they need an operating system. So somewhere that application is running, guys. From there, it will reach out to you. Again, video call also same. So assume that I'm calling to you. I'm doing video call. So it will go to that respective server where that video calling application is running. From there, it will reach out to you guys. So guys, these servers, these operating systems which are running in your WhatsApp organization, okay, those are called as production servers. Guys, those are called as production servers. In the same way, like they would have whatever the setup they do have in production servers. Okay, they would have two more environments also, two more same set of servers, guys. Whatever they are running here in production environment, okay, the same setup, same applications, same database, same data, okay, will be running in. So they will have two more setups also, guys. In the WhatsApp organization, copy this. So guys, these are called as dev and quality environments. Okay, so these are called as dev and quality environments, guys. So totally in any organization, guys, there will be three set of servers. One is for production. Production is nothing but, guys, customer is connecting to this server. You don't know that, guys. We don't know that which server it is. So they develop like that. So whenever I do audio calling, okay, it will go to that audio calling server where that audio calling functionality is running. From there, it will reach out to you. When I do a video call, it will go to that respective server. From there, it will reach out to you. Just a minute, guys. Yeah. Okay. So this is called as production. The same set of servers there will be two more set of servers, guys. So this is called as development environment. This is called as quality environment. So what is the difference between this dev, QA and production servers? Very simple, guys. So if you take WhatsApp, initially WhatsApp has only one functionality, that is chatting. Day to day, what they did, guys, they developed audio calling functionality, video calling functionality, then later group calling, group chatting, so many functionalities one by one they are developing. So guys, always remember, so this environment is nothing but a set of servers, set of operating systems. Here only they used to maintain those applications internally. So many applications will be running, guys. I'll show you those applications also. Don't worry, what application they would run in each server and all. So in development environment, so environment is nothing but set of servers. Maybe they will maintain some data center, guys, for development servers. So daily your developer, okay, your developer, your team, maybe application team, different teams will be available in your project. Your developer will be there, application team, database team, system admins, again architects, managers. So they used to always work in development environment, guys. So first development environment only they will develop the product, guys. Maybe let's assume that audio calling functionality. Okay. So as of now, I don't have, assume that. So for that purpose, to get that audio calling functionality works, so here only they will develop that product. Maybe developer will write the code for that functionality, that audio calling functionality. Then your application team, database team, they will do the respective dependency tasks, maybe the settings related to that application. Everything they will do in development only, always, guys. They won't touch this quality and production servers. Maybe different data center, development in one data center, QA servers in one data centers, production servers in one data center. Guys, data center is nothing but one big building. There they used to maintain their operating systems. Okay, that is nothing but data center. Okay, so here in development only always they will develop their functionalities. Let's assume that audio calling. So they will develop. So here your development will be happen. Once the development completed, it will go to the same application will deploy. So deploying is nothing but will set up the same applications with the new functionality, set up everything here in quality, guys. Quality environment. Here what will happen? Your tester, your maybe what I can say. The tester will comes into picture, guys. Here only on top of that new product, new functionality, he will do the functionality testing, maybe security checks, quality of that code, quality of that application. Okay, they will do here in quality environment. There will be some tools for that, guys, to do that quality. So I'm not going to again discuss about those tools and that. But as of now, your tester will comes into picture here. Then only once the testing is finished, okay, it will go to the product, same environment, same setup. Once your management approved it, it will be again like a set up in your production servers. Now finally your management will announce it. So maybe released into that Play Store or App Store. So now customer, whenever I open that WhatsApp application, so he will be notified, guys. Hey, you got one application. You got one update for your application. So immediately what I will do? I'll update my application. Same concept, guys. This is a routine task in every organization. Here I'm taking WhatsApp as an application. Example. Maybe let's take YouTube, Facebook.com, Twitter.com. This many applications they do have. So they won't develop that whole product at the same time, guys. One by one, one functionality at one time. So first, like if you take WhatsApp application, we do have we had only the chatting functionality initially. We don't have audio calling, video calling later on, slowly. This is a chain process, guys. Every time in development only for the, so actually this process is called as SDLC process, guys. Okay, whatever I told you now, right? That process is called as SDLC, software development lifecycle. For any product, guys, whenever a product or new functionality is going to, again, you are going to develop in your project, your management will start this SDLC. It's a process. It's not a tool, guys. SDLC is a process. It has a set of life cycle. Stages. Maybe your product, like what are the stages it is going through? That is nothing but SDLC life cycle, guys. So audio calling, video calling. So it has phases like analysis, design, development, quality assurance, release, monitor. So guys, these stages are called as SDLC stage. SDLC is nothing but software development lifecycle. So let's assume that, let's go with the beginning. Maybe WhatsApp has now only chatting functionality. Now my management decided to go with audio calling function. Immediately they will start SDLC. SDLC means it's a process. They will start the process. Hey guys, they will announce it into the market as well as in the team also. We are going to develop that audio calling functionality. So all the teams involved here, guys, analysis, first stage of your product development, your functionality development. What is analysis? Analysis is nothing but requirement gathering. Maybe that new functionality, here in my case, audio calling functionality. So to develop that functionality, what I should do? Which team is responsible for which task? Is there any new, already you may have setup, guys, development setup. but sometimes you have to build a new servers for that new functionality. Okay, so here they will decide everything, guys. In analysis phase, your all teams. It's not not only DevOps admin task. All the teams, your developer, your application team, your database team, your DevOps admin, system admin, everybody, team lead, manager, everybody will get part of this analysis. So just decisions. They will discuss about that project. How many days it should take to develop that new functionality. What should I do? What are the tools I should build? I should use it. Maybe what is the cost effective? Maybe cost effective. So cost maybe for this new product, for these tools, for these new servers, everything they will discuss here. Then after design phase means exact roadmap. Maybe whatever the discussion happened in the analysis, your team lead, your architect, okay, they will note down and they will create exact roadmap, guys. Who is responsible for which task? And what is the due date for that particular task? Then after, the actual development will start for that new functionality. Maybe based on this design, if you need any new servers, okay, your system admin or maybe the DevOps admin will create new servers and install that new applications and set up communication between these servers. Then your development will start. Okay, your development will start here. So then after, maybe it may take 1 month, 2 months, guys, for development purpose. The developing product, it's not a single task, guys. So there are a huge number of tasks. Okay, set of applications, set of configuration, set of code required for that. Within a single day, it's not possible. Maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, based on your project. Finally, once the product is ready, your developer, your teams will know that something, my application is working now. Guys, for development also there will so my application is mobile application now. I'm talking about. So there will be development mobiles, guys. In those development mobiles, they will test this application, maybe the functionality and all. So if they feel, yeah, my audio calling functionality is working, then they will inform to management. Management, once they approve it, the same setup, whatever they did here, okay, the same setup will be again deployed on top of QA machines by using some tools. Here, development won't happen. The same, already they know what they did here. Simply they will implement on top of these servers, quality servers. Now your tester comes into picture. He will do the quality checks. Maybe by using testing tools, manual testing or automation testing, he will do the quality check of that product, of that new functionality. Is there any bugs in that new functionality? Any chances? Then it will be, again, once the test cases, everything is passed, they will inform to management again. There will be, it's not like manual interaction, guys. There will be some tools into, again, to manage this stuff and all. Once the testing is finished, they will be informed to management. Management will approve. Then finally, the same setup will be deployed on top of production. Okay, now it will be released into the market, maybe the Play Store or App Store for mobile applications. Now, whenever my mobile, I open that my mobile, that WhatsApp application, I come to know that I got some update. So when I update that functionality, maybe that my application, I'll get that new audio calling button for my application. So this is a routine task, guys. In every project, then only your project will be survived. Then only your product will be survived, guys. Let's assume that now WhatsApp has only chatting functionality. They haven't developed any new functionality like audio calling, video calling. What will happen? Simply customers will ignore it. Customer will go whatever the application has more functionalities. So if you are intended to be a like a good application in the market, good turnover in the market, You should follow this procedure, guys. So continuously, you have to develop, you have to test it, you have to product, you have to release into the market. So this is called as SDLC process. Now, where is DevOps comes into picture? Guys, this is a general project. Even you may have DevOps, you may not DevOps. This is the general concept. Okay, but where is DevOps comes into picture? Now I'll tell you what is the purpose of DevOps. So guys, DevOps is a culture. It's not a single tool. We have number of tools in DevOps. What is the purpose of the DevOps tools mean? Simple, guys. So in previously, maybe in previous days, since beginning, where everybody is using the same process, guys. Every organization using, maybe you may have different tools, but the process is same, the life cycle is same. Okay, those are the traditional methods, the manual methods they are using. It's taking too much time for each task, guys. Most of the tasks are manual tasks. Maybe I'll give you some scenario here. What kind of development they will do in your development team server? What they will do, I'll explain clearly. Maybe one sample case. Generally, guys, your developer, what is the purpose of developer? What is the role of developer? So he has to write the code, maybe Java, .NET, C, CPP, to develop that new functionality. Okay, so for that purpose, he will maintain one server, one operating system in your data center. He will connect, maybe this is your laptop, this is your development laptop, will connect to this server from your laptop. You don't need to be in data center, guys. You can connect remotely. There are some tools for that. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. So there are some tools, guys, to connect to this development, to any of this infrastructure. So your developer also daily, what is his task? He has to connect to this development server. Here he will write the Java code, maybe .NET code, maybe C, CPP code, whatever the code they decided to go with. Okay, for that new functionality. Again, guys, they cannot develop the project in a single day. They cannot develop the code in a single day. What they will do, they will divide that whole project, whole functionality into components. So step by step, one by one, the component will be developed. So let's assume that first component. Again, it's a developer task, not you don't need what is that component, how they will write, again what code they will use. It's out of matter now. Okay, so your developer will write that code here. Maybe let's assume that this is your development server. Here they used to write that Java code or .NET code. They written the code. Maybe today he started. He developed one component. Maybe he created one program. He created maybe one component. He updated the existing code. Assume that. Not only that task, guys, he used to build an application. He has to create that application with that component. So don't think that it's not yet completed. How can he create an application? He can create, guys. He can create a maybe application with that existing code. I mean, whatever the code right away you do have, even though it is not completed. Only the syntax should be correct. Maybe that Java code, the syntax should be correct. Okay, he has to follow. He can build an application, but okay, he got an application now with that component. How can he know that again that application is working or not? Again, he has to inform to your application team, your database teams. So what they will do, guys, in real time, each application. So there will be so many applications running, guys. Each application will be running in different servers, not in a single, like in my laptop itself. In my personal life, in my laptop itself, I'm using all the applications. But in real time, not like that, guys. So different applications you will use. All applications you will use, you will install in separate servers. There will be dedicated servers. Okay, so what your application teams or database teams will do, they will copy this application. Assume that here you have the code. So here your developer created an application with that new code. So there will be some tools, guys. Don't so as of now, just I'm giving overview how to create means. So there will be some tools for that to create an application. Okay, so they will create an application and they will inform to your application team or database team. Hey, I got a new application now, new version for my functionality. So your application team, your database team will copy this application into that respective servers and they will do the respective configuration for this new application. And they will, so as I told you, there will be development mobiles, guys. So because WhatsApp is mobile application, so there will be some mobiles for them for development also. They will open those mobiles and they will verify this component is working as expected or not. Maybe it's not yet completed, but still they can open the application, that component, whatever the component he written here, they can verify it's working or not as expected. If that is working fine, again he'll inform to the developer, hey, yes, your component is working fine. Or else if they need any other, maybe like if they have any suggestions, they will tell developer, hey, something like if it is something like this, it's better. Maybe from here to here, if it is a communication happen, that is better. Something like that, they will give some suggestion. If anything new. So now again, developer will write that new component. Maybe if this is successful, he'll go with the next component. If it is something, any suggestions given by your database team, application team, so your developer will do that new changes. Again, he will create an application. He'll inform to your application team, database team. Again, they will do the respective tasks like configuration this new application, installing this new application here, and finally building up opening that dev application in mobile and they will test it. It's working or not. So guys, daily this is the common task, routine task for your developer, your teams. In previous days, guys, we used to do this manually. We in the sense, our teams, your developer, your application team, your database team, they used to do this task manually. Writing code, building an application, informing to your teams. They used to copy this application from here to here by using some tools. Then doing the pre-configuration and opening that mobile, that development mobile. So this is a commonly routine task and that to manual task in previous days.
हॅलो
Yes,
टाईप केलं सगळ्यांना दिसत होतं ते
I'm sorry. Hello. Yes.
हॅलो आता येतोय का
Guys, are you able to hear me?
हॅलो
Hello. Is there any disturbance, guys?
Yes, we can hear you properly. But
Yeah,
someone
someone is
is
asking.
speaking between.
Yes, guys, tell me who is that? So, what is your doubt? So, Shashikant is saying that nothing is getting as written. So, writing is nothing but, guys, I'm just showing my paint session. Is it visible, guys? Whatever I'm painting here. So, whatever the diagram I given here. Are you able to see this one? Okay. Then what is the problem here? I didn't get you. Maybe anything you want to ask, guys? Anybody? not sure if you have anything, any issues, guys, anybody. So can I proceed? Can I proceed, guys? Okay, yeah. So as I told you, always your development, so maybe in previous days, that was the manual task, guys. So there are set of tasks in development. This is one of the scenario, guys. Not only this task for developer and application, there will be so many other tasks. Already whatever the existing application, they used to maintain it. If they need any existing, maybe a extra setup and all, they used to maintain that also. Because there are so many other tasks, but whatever I explained, that is one of the tasks. So what is that? Again, so like as I told you, developer will develop the product, write the code every day, write the component, will inform to the other teams. Other teams will copy this application from here to here. They will do the pre-configuration and install it and open the mobile and open it. Every day the same task, manual task. So guys, here there is a huge dependency. Every time your developer, whenever once that code written and he completed the application build, he has to inform to your developer, the other teams like database guys and application teams to do the respective tasks, to do the other tasks. Developer cannot do those tasks. He has to inform to the teams, the respective teams. Assume that by the time application team or database team is busy, maybe they are not available to do the respective task, what will happen? Developer has to wait until they reach, or maybe he cannot proceed further, guys, because this component I don't know whether it's working or not. Still it's pending. So that's where, guys, in previous days, to develop one product, to get one functionality, there will be huge delay, maybe 6 months, 1 year to get one small functionality in previous days, maybe around 5-10 years back. But nowadays, within a 15-20 days, you are getting the update, new functionality. How it is possible? For some application, they're releasing within 15-20 days, guys. Maybe based on functionality, maybe sometimes 1 month, 2 months. That is secondary case. But how it is possible? That is where DevOps comes into picture, guys. So DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a set of tools. What is the purpose of those tools means, guys? Very simple. Here, by using those tools, maybe let's assume that already my setup is there, dev setup is there, PO setup is there, production setup. Now my management would like to implement DevOps in my project. Okay, what they will do then? So maybe assume that Amar, so myself is appointed as a DevOps admin in my project. Now what should I do means, first of all, guys, I should go one by one. Maybe first development. In development environment, how many servers are involved daily? Maybe as I told you, this is one of the job, full completed set of job. Okay, whatever I told you now. So I'll talk to this developer, application team, database team, the respective teams. What exactly they are doing, when they are doing, where they are doing, how many applications involved here, what commands they are using here, how to connect to these servers. Okay, so how much time it is taking, what are the applications involved here, everything they will talk this. So I have to get that information from the respective teams. Okay, then after I'll reach out to, maybe I'll create a document with that. Maybe for this particular job, what exactly they are doing, what they are doing, where they are doing, when they are doing, everything I'll take a document, and by using DevOps tools, okay guys, by using DevOps tools, I will include all these applications, whatever the command they are using. Maybe I may not develop the code, but after writing the code, after saving that code, whatever the other tasks in between, like building an application, informing to that teams, and why I am informing, to do the respective task. But now in this case, if I do automation, no need to inform. So don't think like how can I inform other teams by using the commands. Okay, I'm not going to inform if I do automate. The other tasks also, whatever they used to do manually, I'll integrate it with my DevOps tools. Integration is nothing but writing those commands, what commands they are running, where they are running, when they are running, those conditions, everything I will apply, I'll give it to my DevOps tools, guys. There are some very easy functionalities. There are set of tools in DevOps. So based on, so there will be different conditions here. Based on the condition, based on the again maybe scenario, you use those tools and you will finish this setup. So now onwards, once your DevOps implemented in your project, so simple guys. Whenever a developer develop this, maybe so assume that he completed one component, he saved it. That's it. His task is done. The remaining task, like building an application, maybe logging into that respective application and database servers, copying this new application into that respective servers, creating, maybe installing that application, doing that prerequisites, maybe the configuration related to this new version, everything my DevOps tools will do. And finally, everybody will be notified. Your developer and your application team, database teams will be notified. Immediately, your developer and all your teams, the respective teams will open that mobile application. So they will check it, whether that new component is working or not, whatever the message they received, right? So they will open that WhatsApp application in development mobiles and they will check it. This new component is working as expected or not. If not working, then again they will inform to developer. Developer will write the code, same concept. Routine task again, but this time automated because of the DevOps tools. So what is the advantage if I automate these tasks means? Right? There are set of advantages. The first advantage is you are able to save your efforts, team efforts, guys. Your developer work is now onwards only writing the code. You no need to worry about the other tasks, like building an application, informing to other teams, following up with other teams. Don't worry, now onwards. Your developer task is done, only written the code, saved it. My DevOps tools doing other tasks. Finally, everybody will be notified. So yet team efforts are reduced, guys. Your other team efforts also. Whatever they are doing manually, that efforts also reduced. My DevOps is doing now. Second thing, dependency reduced. As I told you in previous case, when developer informed to your teams, if they are busy, if they are not available, what happened? So developer has to wait. But this case, your developer nothing. Nobody is waiting for anybody. Automatically, the respective task is happening. So the project, the product development will be very fast. Okay, nobody is waiting for anybody. Obviously, my project development will be very fast. Second advantage, that one. Third advantage is quality. Guys, how come quality will be good? Because guys, while doing manually, your development, if you're doing manually, these tasks and all, you may forget something. Maybe this time the product is working, even though you forget. But later point of time, some point of time, you may get issues with that application, with that product. Maybe some error you forgot. Maybe some error you ignored it. Some warning you ignored it manually. But DevOps, everything will be filtered. That warning, errors. You don't need to worry about that. Even single error, single warning also will be filtered, and you'll come to know that error, warning. What is that warning? Nothing is again missed, guys. Everything will be filtered. You'll come to know that. So obviously, if I resolve all those warnings, all those errors, the final product will be good without errors, without issues. The quality will be improved, guys. See, with the DevOps tools, you're able to develop the project, you're able to develop that product very fast with good quality. That is the advantage of DevOps, guys. So it will reduce your team efforts, not only your efforts, your all team efforts. Whatever they are doing manually, so we will automate it. Okay. So this is one-time task, guys. Writing automation, maybe these automations and all. Because first you have to understand your product, your project. So what team is doing, maybe which team is doing what applications involved. Okay, how to do automation, which tool you have to use again, which DevOps tools you have to use. Okay, so for which purpose? How to integrate all these tools with your DevOps tools. It may take some time, guys, initially. But once your project is ready, once your DevOps is your automated your task finished, your project next time onwards, you no need to do anything. Simply monitor. Means other teams, everybody will do their respective tasks, guys. But whatever the routine tasks they're doing, right, they used to do, those tasks will be automated. Automatically, my project will be very fast with the quality, guys. That is the advantage of DevOps. That is the reason nowadays every company, every organization, they're trying to implement DevOps in their existing project. Maybe that they want to build a completely new project with this DevOps tools. So that is the reason nowadays we can see this many requirements, and you are here for that purpose. So guys, this is the advantage of DevOps. This is the purpose of DevOps, guys, in real time. So, okay. So in our course, so what you will come to know, maybe the guys. So we do have number of tools. As I told you, DevOps is not a single tool. Number of tools. So each tool is for different purpose. Which tool is for different which purpose, and how to use, where to use, when to use, all these things you will come to know. Apart from that, guys, you will be given tasks also for each and every tool, guys, because simply listening class and completing the just practicing those topics, it never helps you, guys. Anywhere, not only in my class, it never helps you. You have to go through the real time task, right? Then only you will come to know like how to use each and every tool, what kind of responsibilities you will do in your real time. Okay, so guys, apart from our class, everybody will be given the tasks. You have to complete those tasks as well. Then only you will get some knowledge, guys. So from my end, my promise is minimum I can provide so 2 to 3 years of experience for you guys. I mean to say, with respect to the knowledge, I'm saying. Okay, with respect to knowledge, I can provide minimum 2 if you can follow my instructions. So maybe the tasks, if you can complete. So minimum 2 years of experience, so you'll be gained. That is my promise. But your end also, I need your cooperation. So to get that concept, guys. And yeah, so apart from that, documentation part. Let me show you the documentation part, guys.
రియల్ టైం ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేపిస్తారా సార్?
Yes, definitely. So these real-time tasks, whatever the task I'm going to give, right? Those are from projects only. So definitely all together will be projects only. You will come to so end to end. So from one any product, okay, from beginning to end of the maybe the product. So what you will do? What are the tools you will use? How to develop? So those things and all, so I will show you. Okay. So just a minute, guys. Let me. I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Come again. I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. Is it only for me or for everybody, guys?
No, for it is for
Sir, what
everyone.
I'm saying,
Yes.
I'm asking what are the prerequisites to learn the DevOps?
Okay, good question. Yes, good question, guys. So the prerequisite is Linux. Everybody should have Linux class, Linux knowledge, guys. Only that is the prerequisite. And for our course, AWS account also required. Okay, one AWS account, and it is a free of cost. And Linux knowledge also required, guys. So first we'll start with Linux only. Okay, so tomorrow onwards, maybe in tomorrow, guys, tomorrow also we have demo. So it's a continuation for today's class. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how to create AWS account. What is AWS? How to create AWS account. Then how to install an operating system on top of it. Okay, the basic stuff again tomorrow I am going to show you guys. So please join tomorrow also. Then after you can decide whether so for enrolling purpose. So guys, so this I hope you are able to see my screen. Can you confirm? Guys, I hope you are
Yes,
able to see
yes,
my screen. Okay.
yes.
So here guys, this is my Google Drive. Everybody will be given access to this Google Drive, guys. Okay, here you can see the huge documentation. Maybe for each topic. So maybe some topics I don't cover, guys. Okay, but still the documentation will be available. This is from real time, guys. The setup documentations, installation, setup, what are the scenarios we'll use. For each topic, you will get a huge documentation. So apart from that, guys, resumes you will get. Okay. Then after interview questions for each topic. Okay, for DevOps, for interview questions, maybe. So guys, very, very useful. You have a huge, it's your patience again. It's up to you how you will use this documentation. So this will be provided as part of documentation. So running notes also there, guys. Already this is my running notes, which I prepared. Maybe if you take Linux. So like what are the topics I'm going to cover? Again, everything. What are the things I'm going to cover as part of Linux class? Already noted down, guys. You no need to write down the notes as well. Okay, already it's clearly written. This is about the documentation part. And as I told you in tomorrow class, so guys, it's a continuation to this today demo. Tomorrow also will be demo only. Okay, guys. So we'll discuss in tomorrow class about this again the prerequisite. Someone asked the prerequisite. Who was that?
Ashok. Sir, this is Ashok.
I'm sorry, Ashok.
Ashok.
Yes, Ashok. We'll discuss about the prerequisite. How exactly you will
Sir,
what are the things you should know. Okay, so tomorrow we
sir,
will
I don't
discuss
have
about that.
sir, I don't have any coding knowledge, so I'm a beginner. So
Yes,
is it suitable to me to learn the DevOps with
definitely,
AWS?
definitely, guys. So DevOps is a very easy culture, guys. So it has a number of tools. You don't need any coding knowledge. But the thing is, guys, remember one thing: coding is not required. But apart from the DevOps, if you have some scripting knowledge, maybe like
Sir,
Linux shell
sir,
scripting, and
someone saying like Python is required to learn the DevOps.
no, not at all. It's not a mandatory for DevOps, but additionally, again, guys, prerequisite is different, necessity is different. So Python is not a prerequisite for DevOps. DevOps is again a separate thing. Python is separate. Python or shell scripting is necessity. So I'm not saying mandatory for DevOps. DevOps, I mean, to learn DevOps, you should need, if you need shell scripting or Python, that is called as prerequisite or maybe mandatory, right? But it is not mandatory. But if you have shell scripting or maybe Python language, apart from the DevOps, it will be additional advantage for you guys. Okay, so because for automation purpose, sometimes we have to write some conditions. Again, how you will write the condition? With the help of shell script or Python only. Okay, so that is additional stuff, guys. That is not a DevOps. The Python or shell scripting is knowledge is, if you have it, definitely it will be additional advantage for you. But that is not a prerequisite for
So,
DevOps.
so total how many hours you are going to teach this course? Complete.
Okay, so yeah, minimum. So guys, first of all, Linux will be 3 to 4 days. Okay, the mandatory, what exactly you have to aware of Linux. Okay, the basic concept. Again, the tasks and all for this part. So it will take minimum 3 to 4 days. So apart from Linux, remaining course will be 2 months for DevOps. So it's a
2
weekdays
months.
class, guys. Every day 6 o'clock will be the class. Once your Linux is done, so yeah, let me complete. Let me finish it. Then after you can ask.
Okay.
Okay. So here, guys, our Linux class will be same time, 7 p.m. IST daily. Next 3 days. Next 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
So then after, once your Linux is done, okay, we have a DevOps batch 6 p.m. IST. That will be our DevOps batch. You will be joining in that batch only, guys. Only for Linux, it's 7 p.m. So tomorrow also we have the demo, guys. It's a continuation to today's class. So please don't miss that. Okay, so tomorrow class I'm going to explain about the prerequisite, how to create that AWS account and how to install the tools. Yes, Ashok, tell me now. What is your doubt now?
Sir, every day there is class or only Monday to Friday? That's what I'm.
Monday to Friday, no weekends.
Okay.
Yes, only Monday to Friday, guys.
So what are the things? Okay, what are the things we will be covering in it?
Okay, the tool names will be like first Linux, then after Git, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS, Maven, Sonar, Nexus, Tomcat, Jenkins. Yeah, these are the tools, guys. I'm going to cover.
Okay,
These are
so
the
we will be writing
mandatory
the,
tools.
we will be doing the scripting also.
I didn't get you. Come again.
I am saying we will be doing the scripting also.
No, guys. Scripting is not DevOps. This course is only for intended for DevOps. So scripting is not DevOps, so I'm not going to teach you. I'm totally concentrating on DevOps tools, guys. Because even I heard that some institutions, they are providing scripting knowledge also. But think once, within 2 months, how can, so in DevOps itself, we do have this many tools. Okay, so they are adding like Terraform, Shell Script, Vagrant, Chef, Puppet. And apart from the tools which I am going to cover, they are covering those tools also. How they can complete this many tools within 2 months, guys? Think once. So I'm not going to again unnecessarily add unnecessary tools also. I'm not saying unnecessary. It's a wrong thing, guys. Wrong word. The thing is, those are a secondary position, guys. So I'm going to teach you the first level. I mean to say the major share in the market. Whatever the tools I'm going to cover now are the major again share. They have the major share in the market. So I can say minimum 60-70% in the market. So, because every tool has its own competitors, guys. So I'm not going to teach the competitors. Okay, and also as I told you, shell scripting again, it's not a DevOps. So I'm not going to teach DevOps. Shell script also. I'm totally concentrating on
What I am
DevOps
saying
tools.
is, yes, what I am
Yes.
saying is, see, in order to use any tool, we need to write some script. No, let's say
No, not required. It's
we
a,
need to
again, it's a
create a
wrong
job in
statement.
Jenkins.
No, again,
Okay.
it's a wrong statement. Whatever you said. maybe sometimes,
Okay, okay.
not every time. Okay, so sometimes, like if you take Jenkins, so Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. So by using that CI/CD, we'll automate our tasks. So maybe while writing that set of tasks and all, we may have to give some conditions. Okay, that point of time, so that shell scripting is required. Again, that means without shell script, like I cannot write that Jenkins. I cannot use that Jenkins and all. It's a wrong statement again. Without shell script also I can write Jenkins jobs. But somewhere in some, maybe some conditions, I have to use that shell script. Okay, so prerequisite is different. Again, maybe in between you're using is different, guys. So shell scripting is kind of, maybe sometimes you will use it, not every time. Okay,
Sir, can
Can
you
we get previous batch videos for the fast track learning?
I didn't get to come again.
Can we get previous batch videos for the fast track learning?
Definitely, if you're really interested, maybe once you're enrolled, definitely
Yeah, I
you will get
already enrolled.
Okay, your good name?
Milinda.
Okay, yeah, then you can check with the organizer. They will provide that.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, so definitely you will get who are enrolled. So guys, it's just a minute. So you will get everything, the documentation, the recorded videos. If you need a previous recorded videos also, that also you'll be getting.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Thank you.
And one more thing is, guys, every day you will be given tasks as well. Okay, so for real time tasks, what we do in real time. Yes. Next, anything else?
sir, can you share the things that you are going to cover?
Sure, definitely. Maybe in tomorrow class we'll discuss about that. So tomorrow I'll provide that course content. Okay, so I'll show you that. Apart from that, I'll show you that the prerequisite, how to create AWS account, how to install that OS and all. That also I will show you tomorrow. Maybe do you need the tool names? Hello? So who is that?
Sir, come again.
Yeah, I was saying that. So tomorrow also we do have continuation of this
Bro.
demo. Okay. So in tomorrow class, I'm going to show you the prerequisite as well as the course content also I will show you.
Okay.
Okay, that will be great.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that is what yeah, someone is saying that if I don't have that, I didn't get your question, Prakash. Can you come again? Prakash, can you come again? Hello? So maybe guys, without Linux, no, it is not possible. You have to learn Linux first. So I'm going to start with Linux only. No, without Linux, no DevOps.
Everybody is using Linux only.
Yes, I'll provide the Linux only first.
So do we require
Everybody in
deep
Linux.
knowledge in Linux?
Actually, initially, maybe to go through with the DevOps, deep knowledge is not required. But day to day, if you want more, again, like if you want to understand more in-depth knowledge of maybe DevOps, that point of time you need Linux. So that is
Okay.
where what I will do with Linux itself. First 4 days, I will cover the basics of Linux. Okay. So apart from that, what are the things you have to learn? Okay, in Linux. So those things I'm going to give as a task.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to complete those tasks as well. Yeah. Maybe guys, in tomorrow class, I'm going to show you what kind of task I'm going to give. So maybe I'll give you overview about that also. Okay. So if you can join tomorrow also, so I'll show the remaining stuff, guys. Maybe about so what are the tools I'm going to cover. Apart from that, the course content. Then apart from that, so the AWS account. Guys, please, I need tomorrow one volunteer with your laptop. Everybody please join with laptop only. Okay, don't join from mobile. Please join from laptop. That is one thing. And tomorrow, so to create your AWS account, you need one credit card or debit card also, guys. You no need to share with me the details and all. But to create your account, you need that details. The credit card or debit card details. I'll show you how to do that, how to create account, and it's a free account only, guys. You won't be charged anything to create account, but it will ask you the card details. You should create it. You should use it without creating account. Without creating, providing those credit card details or debit card details, you cannot create your account. Okay, so you need that compulsory. But don't worry, it's a very secured account. You won't lose a single rupee as well. Okay, initially 2 rupees might be deducted, but that is refundable again. Yes. Anything else, guys?
Sir, tomorrow at same time the demo will be?
Yes, 7 p.m. IST again. So tomorrow also.
Okay.
Okay. So please join, guys. So tomorrow I'm going to show you the prerequisite, how to do that, what to do. But please join from mobile. Okay. So please, please don't join from mobile. Join from laptop. Everybody, guys. And also, whenever I requested, please respond also. Because guys, our class will be always interactive session. So I'm explaining because if you see my real-time class also, it will be always interactive. So it's kind of a discussion, not like simply I'm teaching, you are listening. I don't like that process, guys. In class also, you will be sharing your screen. In your screen itself, we will do our stuff. So in class itself, you'll be getting exposure. One of the student, not everybody. Okay, so like that, guys. Every day one student. So it will be like you will get confident also if you share your screen. If you are doing in your screen in front of all the people, it will be good for you. Okay, that is how.
Okay.
Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to ask?
No. That's all. Thank you.
Guys, anybody? Anything you want to ask?
Sir, is the course content same for tech marshals?
Maybe, guys, sorry. So we'll talk offline.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay then, guys. If nobody has anything, so we'll discuss again tomorrow class. Please don't miss. So tomorrow also it will be the continuation for today's class, guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay then, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you again tomorrow, guys.
Thank you,
Amar.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
Thank you, guys. Bye. Please join from laptop tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, guys.